Hi everyone and welcome to this end of year review. So like many other years, it's been extremely busy in the workshop, which is terrific. There's a huge number of amplifiers which have been repaired and restored back to good working order. And a lot of people out there have contacted me via the YouTube channel, and I've undertook and restored their amplifiers, and that's been really a great pleasure. So when we sort of look at the channel, you can see here that the number of videos for you to review particular repair descriptions has increased up to 2,174 videos now, which is a substantial number, let me tell you. And in terms of number of views, we're up to about 1.8 million views now. And the number of subscribers is 3.99k, so just below 4,000, but no doubt early part of 2025 we're going to exceed that. And what's really important is that I make the point that it's the largest free online repair database. And what I'm sort of saying there is it's just me, right? So there's not an army of people who are behind the channel or doing all of the repairs. It's just myself. And when you look at the amount of knowledge and information which is available via the channel, and it's subscription free. You don't have to pay any amount of money to get access to that information. And in the early part of the videos, what you will have seen, when I created them, it gave a technical description all the way down to the particular component that you had to change. And I'm confident that there's literally thousands and thousands of repairs which have been undertaken with the information that I'm providing there. I also, of course, delight in the fact that you email via the email address at the bottom, as you can see here, and you seek out support, and that's really, really great to see. And what I enjoy is really just a mixture. So what I'm referring to there is that we may have an email that comes through, and that's from an experienced repairer, maybe been in the industry for decades. But also as well, you have people who are very, very interested in electronic repair, particularly in the area of audio. And maybe they're undertaking a repair for the first time. And I think over the years, often people may sort of be a little bit reluctant to sort of approach and actually ask questions. What I would always say is there's no stupid question. Whatever questions you have, you're seeking knowledge, you're seeking understanding, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the learning experience. And what I also see as well is that when you make comments on the channel, what it develops is a community. Lots of people then are able to look at the comments and then take that information and do something meaningful with it. And that's tremendous. And then in terms of highlights for 2024, you can see that we've increased the number of subscribers by 863. So that's really good. And you can see that the like button now has been hit 1,761. And for you all who are on the channel, you've actually done multiple shares up to 410. And I review every comment that comes in, and I will always respond. And we had 319 comments. And then in terms of the top video, this is really insightful. So it's actually the Behringer NX6000D power amplifier repair. And I did this repair tutorial some time ago. This is always the number one. So what does that kind of tell you? Well, it doesn't mean that this amplifier is unreliable. It's probably more akin that there is a huge number of these amplifiers sold worldwide. And they do carry an ownership warranty of up to 3 years. And there's a commonality of default if you actually take the time and you go look at the repair description and also listen to the tutorial. It's not unique to that particular amplifier. It's in connection with the low voltage power supply and the Schottky diodes, which can fail. Also as well, with regard to the funding of the channel, I do fund the channel independently and I don't seek financial payments from anyone with regard to that. When you look at the repair and then you think about what does it actually take to put together these repair descriptions, in terms of time it's normally around about 6 hours is what you're looking at. So although the number of videos has decreased in comparison to say some of the earlier years where literally I was putting up maybe 300-400 repair videos which could be created literally within minutes, didn't take me very long. What I would say now is that the quality of the repair tutorials is very high. And what's nice and what I always find with the feedback is that you all really appreciate, electronics, like many fields, can seem quite daunting or very, very complicated. So what I always do is I'm always mindful of this, really to simplify what can be seen as very complicated. And that in itself then can give people confidence to take the first step, to say, okay, maybe I can do the repair, maybe I can undertake this. And like anything in life, once you start the repair, you're going to make mistakes, and that's perfectly fine. That's how we all learn. So, I've been in this industry for a very, very long time, and each time you make a mistake, you learn something new. And that's really, really important, because that's the difference between having a technical knowledge of a subject but having real world practical experience. And all the technical knowledge on the theory of electronics in itself is not enough. You got to have the real world experience where you see faults manifest themselves for a whole range of different reasons. And once you start to encounter these problems, and sometimes they can take you a long time to resolve, what you find is that your skill level goes up, your expertise increases, and your confidence grows. For myself, I've always felt privileged the fact that I'm able to share knowledge and understanding with other people, and hopefully, that creates a better life for themselves in terms of experience and what you actually get out of it. So, not to sort of continue on any further, I think that kind of summarizes everything that's going on with the channel. But I will try and maybe increase the number of repair tutorials that I can get up onto there. In terms of variety, I think the more recent ones has been a little bit strange because they've not been complicated in terms of repair, but I think the tutorials, as I keep saying, are good quality. So if you do follow them along, then you can restore your own amplifiers. What I will say just in closing as well is always go to the landing page. And I've mentioned this many, many times before. What I do is I use the same naming conventions. So if you go onto the landing page for the channel, and you just click onto the magnifying glass, what you can do is to put in the search area, just type in the make and the model number of the amplifier. And then you'll then see all of the different repair descriptions, and some are audio tutorials, and you should be able to verify on some of the really old videos, which are like sort of 9 years old, where people say, well, it's just a backdrop video and you're not really providing any sort of guidance. Well, that was a long time ago. So, click on the more recent ones and the database is there. So really looking forward to 2025 and producing a lot more material. And as always, and what I always say is I really, really do appreciate the fact that you subscribe to the channel, and the feedback which I receive personally from many of you is tremendous. And I always take on board the feedback and to try and improve really your experience of the channel and what it is that you get out of it. So, as I say, come 2025, lots of excitement and lots of videos to produce. And I really, really do appreciate all your time that you spend and the support that you give for the channel. So, I'm wishing you all the very best for 2025. Bye-bye.